What if the next affordable car simply never gets built? Across North America, automakers are warning that rising costs, shifting trade policies, and mounting supply chain pressures could reshape what drivers pay, and even which vehicles make it to dealership lots. The consequences may reach far beyond corporate balance sheets, affecting first-time buyers, families, and anyone hoping to replace an aging vehicle. Your roadmap to the latest in auto. Welcome to Highway Herald. Today, we're uncovering the hidden forces driving these changes and revealing why the battle over tariffs, manufacturing, and investment could determine the future of affordable transportation. Here are the key developments. Number 5. The disappearing affordable car market. For many Americans, the biggest automotive concern isn't luxury features or performance. It's whether affordable vehicles will remain available. Over the past decade, automakers have increasingly shifted from compact sedans to larger SUVs, crossovers, and pickups because they generate higher profits. As a result, budget-friendly options have become less common. Manufacturers like Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, and Nissan still offer affordable models, but they rely on complex North American supply chains. Rising tariffs on imported components can increase production costs, making low-priced vehicles harder to justify financially. If entry-level models continue disappearing, consumers could face fewer choices, higher new car prices, and increased demand in the used car market. Automakers warn that maintaining efficient supply chains is critical to preserving vehicle affordability for families, students, and first-time buyers. But affordability doesn't disappear on its own. To understand why prices keep climbing, we need to examine how tariff costs travel through the automotive supply chain. Number 4. How tariff costs reach American drivers. The debate over tariffs ultimately comes down to one question: who pays the cost? Many economists argue that while tariffs target foreign producers, the added expenses often move through supply chains and eventually reach businesses and consumers. The automotive industry is especially vulnerable because modern vehicles contain thousands of components sourced from multiple countries, including steel, aluminum, semiconductors, electronics, and battery materials. When tariffs increase the cost of these parts, automakers must either absorb the expense, raise vehicle prices, or reduce investments elsewhere. Industry leaders have already warned about rising production costs, while consumers continue facing high vehicle prices and financing rates. Analysts estimate that tariff pressures could add thousands of dollars to certain vehicles, with effects often taking months to fully appear. Those costs become even more significant when they hit one of the most interconnected manufacturing regions in the world, the Michigan-Ontario Automotive Corridor. Number 3. Michigan's Auto Heartland faces new pressures. Michigan best demonstrates how deeply integrated North America's automotive industry has become. For decades, Michigan and Ontario have functioned as interconnected manufacturing hubs, with engines, transmissions, electronics, and other vehicle components crossing the U.S. Canada border multiple times before final assembly. This highly efficient system was built through generations of investment, specialization, and cooperation that helped establish North America as a global automotive powerhouse. Today, however, the network faces growing challenges from rising material costs, inflation, supply chain uncertainty, and changing consumer preferences. Automakers must also continue investing heavily in electric vehicles, battery production, software development, and advanced driver assistance systems. Balancing these massive investments with trade-related pressures has become increasingly difficult, putting jobs, capital investment, and the region's long-term manufacturing competitiveness at stake. And while manufacturers are dealing with these pressures today, Canada is simultaneously making strategic moves that could reshape where future industrial investment flows tomorrow. Number 2. Canada's push for industrial independence. One of the most significant industrial developments in North America is Canada's effort to reduce reliance on American defense suppliers. Central to this strategy is Saab's Global Eye surveillance aircraft, which combines advanced Swedish radar technology with the Canadian-built Bombardier Global 6500 jet. Beyond its military capabilities, the project highlights the importance of domestic manufacturing and industrial participation. Canada aims to play a major role not only in operating the aircraft, but also in its production, maintenance, upgrades, and long-term support. The lesson for the automotive industry is clear. Manufacturing ecosystems create jobs, attract suppliers, and strengthen economic competitiveness. As nations seek to diversify supply chains and expand domestic capabilities, these trends could influence future investments in vehicles, batteries, semiconductors, software, and advanced manufacturing technologies. Before we reveal the biggest development, we'd appreciate it if you could subscribe to Highway Herald. Your support helps us continue bringing you in-depth automotive analysis, industry insights, and vehicle updates from around the world. Now let's look at the development that may ultimately determine where the next generation of vehicles is built. Number 1, the global race for automotive investment. Competition for future automotive investment is intensifying as countries race to attract factories, battery plants, research centers, and technology hubs. Canada has become a strong contender thanks to its critical mineral resources, growing battery sector, government incentives, and access to the North American market. However, it faces stiff competition from China, which continues leading in electric vehicle and battery production, South Korea's advanced automotive technology sector, and Europe's major investments in electrification and mobility innovation. The battle now extends beyond vehicle assembly to securing critical minerals, advanced batteries, software development, and supply chain control. As a result, automakers carefully assess factors such as labor availability, infrastructure, energy costs, incentives, regulations, and policy stability before making investment decisions that could shape the future of global automotive manufacturing. And when we connect all of these developments together, a much larger picture begins to emerge. Verdict: the fight for affordable transportation. Stepping back from the headlines, a larger story begins to emerge. This isn't simply a debate about tariffs, politics, or trade agreements. It's a contest over manufacturing leadership, technological innovation, investment attraction, and long-term economic competitiveness. Automakers are warning that affordable vehicles are becoming harder to build profitably. Consumers continue facing elevated ownership costs. Supply chains remain vulnerable to policy uncertainty. Meanwhile, countries around the world are competing aggressively to attract the industries that will shape transportation's future. For everyday drivers, the most important question may be surprisingly simple. Will affordable, reliable vehicles remain within reach for the next generation of buyers? The automotive industry performs best when innovation thrives, supply chains operate efficiently, and businesses can invest with confidence. The decisions being made today could influence vehicle prices, manufacturing locations, and industry competitiveness for decades to come. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Do you think affordable new vehicles will continue disappearing from the market? Are tariffs helping or hurting North America's automotive industry? Which country do you believe is best positioned to attract future automotive investment and manufacturing? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We always enjoy hearing perspectives from fellow enthusiasts. If you enjoyed this update, be sure to subscribe to Highway Herald and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest vehicle updates, automotive industry developments, and future mobility news. Thanks for watching and see you next time. You can now check out any of the videos on the screen. There's more exciting and informative content waiting for you.